aviation part of the parade is opened by Mi-26 heavy transport helicopter. It is the largest and most powerful helicopter to have gone into serial production. It can carry up to 90 troops and has a weight of a Boeing 737. Mi-8 is in production for almost 60 years. Almost combined, more than 17,000 units were built, which makes it the world's most produced helicopter. You can find it almost all over the world. Mi-24, large armored helicopter gunship that can carry up to 8 troops on board. Ka-52 Alligator attack helicopter with the distinctive coaxial rotor system of the Camov Design Bureau. It is the world's first operational helicopter with a rescue ejection system. Mi-28 all-weather day-night two-seat anti-armor attack helicopter. The Bearcat Aerobatic Performance Demonstrator Team connected with the Russian Air Force, founded in 1992, is now on screen. The Ilyushin Il-76, a multi-purpose strategic airlifter, can operate from unpaved runways. Tu-95 strategic bomber, the fastest propeller plane in the world and the loudest. Tu-160 supersonic heavy strategic bomber. It is the largest and heaviest combat aircraft, the fastest bomber in use, and the largest and heaviest variable sweep-wing aircraft ever flown. Can carry up to 12 nuclear rockets with a maximum range of around 5,000 kilometers each. Sukhoi Su-35, a very deep modernization of the famous Su-27. It's a 4++ generation. The plane currently has no match among conventional jet fighters, as well as some experts believe that this jet can effectively fight any stealth fighter also. Su-24, a supersonic all-weather attack aircraft. It was the first of the USSR's aircraft to carry an integrated digital navigation attack system. The MiG-31 supersonic interceptor aircraft is the fastest combat jet in the world, capable of flying continuously at speeds of 3,000 km per hour and at very high altitudes, can carry an air-launched ballistic missile that has a maximum speed of over 14,000 km per hour with a range of 2,000 km. Su-57, the first aircraft in Russian military service to use stealth technology. The development of this jet began nearly 20 years ago. It finally entered into service last December. Su-34 with Su-30SM and Su-35S. The Su-34 was designed as a replacement for the Su-24 all-weather supersonic medium-range fighter-bomber strike aircraft. Russian Knights on Su-30SM and the Swifts on MiG-29 aerobatic demonstrator teams of the Russian Air Force. Both teams recently celebrated their 30th anniversary. Su-25. It was designed to provide close air support for the Soviet ground troops. With over 1,000 built since its introduction in 1981, it was used in numerous conflicts, proving as a reliable and a difficult-to-shoot-down target. The airplane is well armored. There were cases when the jet could withstand over 150 shell hits or even a SAM rocket and return safely back home. While we are watching some beautiful fireworks, I would like to throw in some digits concerning the Second World War. Recently, I've been encountering opinions stating that we shouldn't make any parades, that we should forget the Second World War and move on, and some other similar hothead conclusions. Well, from a distant point of view, I can understand when some Europeans share such statements, but when I hear this from my fellow citizens, well, this is a disgrace, a delusional disgrace. As for Europe, the war there wasn't as harsh as it was in the Eastern Front. Hitler had clear intentions of eliminating Slavic nations as well as the Jews. Look at the map of death camps and you will see that mainly they were all located in the Eastern Europe. You can also notice that the resistance in the European countries was quite weak. Well, for example, how long do you think Denmark resisted to the fascists? Well, the answer is 6 hours. Luxembourg, 1 day. Netherlands, 5 days. Yugoslavia, 11 days. Belgium, 18 days. Greece, 24. France, 1 month and 12 days. And Norway, 2 months and 1 day. Well, for example, in Stalingrad there was a house, we call the house the Pavlov House. It withstood to the Nazis for 58 days. Just think of it, 58 days, one home. The Soviet Union withstood for 4 years. It took us 1,418 bloody days to retaliate, to withstand, to retaliate and take over Berlin, freeing, liberating the whole Europe from this. There was a very high price for that, so if we look at the death toll of, for example, United States, it's 417,000 died, that's 12,000 citizens among them. The UK, it's 380,000 and 92,000 among them citizens. Oh, France, yes, 665,000 and 2/3 of them are citizens. But look at the overall death toll of the Soviet Union. It is close to 27 million people. 27 million people. 18 million out of them are civilians. This is insane. Well, that means that every day of the war, it took 20,000 people of Soviet Union. 20,000 lives per day. And this lasted for 4 years. Australia had lost something like 24 or 28, something like 24, I think, thousand lives during the whole campaign. This daily 20,000. You see, here in Russia, every family has an ancestor who either died or who got crippled during this invasion. This was really horrible, and now you want us to forget this? No way. You can talk to Chinese about that. They lost 15.5 million people. In Indonesia they lost 4 million people. India lost 3 million citizens. Philippines 1 million. So this horrible war had claimed 71 million lives in total. Nothing has ever happened before or later after that. Anything like that never happened. And we all will hope that it will never ever happen again. That is why we should not ever forget this. Yeah, and well, it is really horrible to see how history is being rewritten now, and we see how the monuments of the Soviet troops who liberated Europe from this, they are now being dismantled. Yeah, so that is a great thank you, right? So our troops had a very high death toll, yeah. And Europe at that time, in total, USSR consisted of 200 million people, yeah. And in Europe, there was about 500 million people living there, but they didn't fight like we did. They didn't have that so much losses, yeah, like we did. And that is the way how you are saying thank you, right? This is horrible. And even more horrible when we see the NATO bases are being built right close to our borders, yeah, and US troops are also there. I don't see any military bases close to US border. Why is nobody talking about that? Well, you know what? This is really horrible, but I still have hope that people see this and people will remember this horrible war, and they will not let their governments do anything like that again. Well, have a good day, and let's hope for the best.